Hello to my Capricorns. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading. All right, we're getting closer and closer to that full moon in Sagittarius. So you're still purging anything that's unhealthy and wounded around relationships, your relationship with your money, your self-worth, anything around, because that's money, your self-worth. It's just like, your time is very valuable on your job. Whatever kind of job you work, you need to take a lunch break. And if you have a job that you have two 15-minute breaks, take them. Go outside, get some fresh air. Just grab your water bottle, get a drink of water, um, pour into yourself, proper rest, all those things, right? And so the full moon in Sagittarius is a time of illumination, expansion, truth seeking, spiritual wisdom, travel, releasing limiting beliefs. Sagittarius energy is bold, is optimistic, is visionary energy, is perfect for asking big picture questions. And so we're going to talk about, revelation and release, but I love and accept myself. So love and accept yourself, as you are, right? Self-love, right? Especially for your inner child. What does your inner child need, right? How do you nurture yourself? How do you nurture yourself? Finding your moon sign is going to help you with that in a healthy way. So it's going to help you to nurture that in a very healthy way. So around revelation and release, right? So you can break some kind of generational cycle, chain, or curse. First question, let's get this right here. 292, channel anxiety. Create positive distractions to reroute nervous energy. So it's like when someone has a lot of nervous energy, that's when your demons show up, right? When there are energies who try to disrupt your peace for some way, shape, form, or fashion, that's what somebody's, it's almost like somebody is trying to create something to create anxiety for you. And so you're trying to find a healthy way to channel those anxieties, right? So that's your moon sign. Like you're trying to put those anxieties out, like you're trying to pour water on that fire. So it's like you got fire shut up in your bones and you don't know what to do with all of this energy, right? And so your angels are validating that the anxiety and grief you are experiencing can be overwhelming. Your angels are with you presently. They urge you to channel those emotions into a positive distraction. Clear your energetic space to create an oasis for something enjoyable and unrelated to your anxieties by cleansing yourself with water in some way. Take a bath or shower or go swimming if possible. And so, what speaks to that sacral chakra is unhealthy flexual. Y'all know what I'm saying, like using the word X practices or drinking or something unhealthy. And so when somebody is anxious and they don't know where to put all that energy and your demons are raging on the inside of you, it's something that's trying to almost like render you helpless, like another spirit takes over, and that's when somebody's sacral chakra is out of alignment. So your moon sign is going to help you to really, really flush all of that out, like to go to it, like forgive yourself, like for whatever it's whatever feeling like somebody the opposite of love and acceptance of yourself, like um like somebody could have awakened from like a night of binge drinking with friends or whatever, and woke up and realized, oh my goodness, whatever, right? And said, you hate and don't accept yourself for whatever, and somebody could have been right there to just tease or whatever, cause a lot of anxiety, for you. Could have had two energies right there. Every single time you trying to channel your anxiety to something positive, they bring up something negative. And so now it's time to end it with these whoever these two energies are, it's time to end it. But that could be difficult for someone who feels like, okay, how can you channel the anxiety to a positive distraction when you're always in this nervous energy? And start with something that is familiar to you, which is something that you can read for yourself, like you can see it for yourself, say it to yourself. You can't, if you don't have access to a printer, ink, or you can't have access to, watching something, say I love and accept myself on a regular basis. Say it so much that it's like it's literally just like vibrating throughout your spirit. I love and accept myself. I love and accept myself. Like that's a spell you're putting on yourself. You say it so much on repeat that any kind of hate that's trying to come your way, you're putting it out in the universe. Any kind of hate that's trying to come your way, it's instantly repelled. Anything that's trying to come your way, that's trying to force you to hate yourself and not accept who you are, you're like, that's it's already being pushed away. You recognize it instantly. Okay, that energy hates themselves. It's like you're not projecting that onto me. So that's the truth that's being illuminated for you right now, is that you may have been in between some energies that is something about themselves that hate themselves, and they're feeding off of your energy. Whoever you are, they could be feeding off of your energy, projecting something on you, their anxiety onto you about something. So what outdated beliefs or illusions is Capricorn being called to release? Yeah. So you're learning how to keep on moving forward, because somebody's not going to keep going backwards into that same, belief system, just being stuck. So you're learning how to pour into yourself more. The healer and protector of travelers is with you. So if you're traveling anywhere, that healer and protector of travelers is with you. You're protected. There are signs all around you. So there could be signs on the back of a bus that's saying, go this way, go that way, go. You get signs and numbers are telling you what to do. I mean, signs everywhere in this reading to love and accept yourself, like going where you're appreciated and not where you're tolerated. Ask source for clarity. That's prayer. It don't have to be something elaborate. Source, give me some help. I need some direction. Make it so crystal clear to me, like that I would understand, that I would understand. It's not that person, this person, whoever think they smarter than you around you. No, it's not for them. It's for me. I need to understand in a way that I would understand it at the root. Start at the very beginning, the root source. Plant the seed. I don't know. I don't need people around me that's gonna plant their seed where you can't figure it out for yourself. No, I can't. No, I can't. I need source to help me. I need help. So get focused. That's what source is trying to tell somebody. Get focused. Somebody has not been completely honest about something. Two energies haven't been completely honest about something. Much better lies ahead. Somebody comes from a very creative family. Here we have the pray for them. Your peace is paramount. Your peace is paramount. Something at the root of something. There's something is at the root of something. Solar plexus chakra. So this is where you stop talking to people who are leaving you in a state of confusion, and you start talking to source. I need some clarity, source. Give me some answers. I mean, to a point where if you send me 500 signs and I still don't get any of those signs, I know I'm not slow. I was created in source's image. Whatever your situation is, I know I was created in source's image. I learn however you want me to learn best. However you need me to learn best, that's how I learn. So that's how you love and accept yourself, and somebody gonna be saying that on repeat. I love and accept myself. I love and accept myself. I love and accept myself until it sinks in that anybody that's bringing hate to you about any part of you, and they're not trying to help you move forward. They're not trying to help you move forward and encouraging you to pour into yourself, not pour other spirits into you through the three-letter S word. If I could say it if I was on Patreon, or through any other means that would have your mind all over the place to store. You can't remember what's going on from moment to moment. So, like I said, you're praying for some people, but somebody is putting an end to something. Somebody's putting an end to people being shady. Anybody being shady around you, like, you're supposed to have learned something by between the ages of 15 through 21, and you don't know certain things by now. You're making a connection. Like somebody is still in this teenage mindset of competition in an unhealthy way, in a very unhealthy way. And somebody's learning how to make some kind of a connection. So, so you're on top of something. Because what somebody could be doing to you, I'm talking to a man or woman. I feel like somebody could be dealing with this in the workplace, whatever it's in your personal or professional life. But that's what I'm kind of picking up on. Like, this kind of stuff shows up where people intentionally do stuff like they'll leave your name off emails, or like missing a letter in an email, like it make it seem like you don't show up for meetings, or you don't show up for things, or you forgot something. And you're right there, front and center, excited, motivated to be somewhere where people are intentionally doing stuff, and always to trying to bring out the worst in you, trying to bring out the worst, the darkness in you, determined to bring out a darkness in you. And so somebody's on top of something. They want to look like they totally love and accept themselves, but they want to make it seem like you hate yourself and don't accept yourself. So it's like you cannot let another human being be the light to your darkness when you have light and darkness within one physical body, like they do. Like, yeah, so you can't pay energies any attention. You can't give them any air, no matter how much money they're trying to pay you. So it's saying you cannot pay those energies any attention. Somebody's gonna have to go around, like you have your water, your emotions, your intuition is like your water is shaped and guided by the earth that holds us around us. So that means that I need to get around some other energies who are pouring into me in a healthy way, keeping me enlightened, where my anxiety level is not sky high, where people are getting paid. Because these energies, they competing against me like they getting paid to do it. Some of them may be, some of them may not be, but that's just in them. They've been acting like that since a teenager. Like they can't get beyond, they can't get to the heart chakra space. Everything is a competition. You know what's kind of coming to mind? What's that movie where Steve Harvey and Cedric the Entertainer? I can't think of the name of it. The where they were playing the two brothers, when they was trying to, either they were trying to help their mother hang the TV in the living room or whatever, and they were fighting in the living room, making them snakes sound like with a whatever they was doing, making them sound. That's what this is like. It's like somebody in between, like almost like somebody is like, stop it, like stop creating stuff that's really not there, like stop creating something that's really not there, like you just you love and accept yourself. Like it's almost like people are basically saying that you don't love and accept. So anyway, here we have, so you're sitting on your throne, carefully vetting your thoughts at a high frequency, right? At a high frequency. So yeah, so somebody could be chained to their, a particular demonic belief system about something, or could be trying to make you feel some kind of way about, something. Who is Wheel of Fortune 10. So you're putting an end to um allowing people to demonize you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. So, or like demonize what you pay attention to or what you don't pay attention to. Somebody trying to keep something very high vibrational. Yeah, so it is two energies that you're just praying for. There's two energies that you're praying for. Yeah. But something has come to an end. Something has come to an end. Like, yeah. There's something at the root. Something else is going on at the root of something, all the shade is coming from. All the shade is coming from the activities, the behavior, the acting like teenagers, and all of this other stuff. Is like somebody really still connected to some kind of invisible competition behind someone's back. That's the only reason people talk about people behind their back. They in some kind of secret competition that possibly you don't even know about. You and somebody may even not even know about. So So you have a lot of ideas. You're not focusing on what's behind you. You're focusing on what's ahead. So looking at your cards here, I feel like you're taking a leap of faith. Something is new for you. Um, Something is exciting for you. Somebody's excited about um, something new. It could be a new love. Somebody could be thinking about getting married. Somebody could be yeah, but somebody's learning how to just let source fight your battles for real. That's what prayer is for. You're trusting source. You're saying, okay, I trust that source will fight my battles for me. I can't be so bothered with giving air to something that's where people are being shady. That should be beneath somebody at this point for real. If you're gonna pay something, pay attention to who's being shady, and just that's where you stop the air right there. It's like, okay, you're not giving any air to it. Somebody's just too high vibrational for that. That's what you have in common with a lot of people. I'm talking to high vibrational. Yeah, that doesn't even inspire you. It doesn't, because much better lies ahead. Something doesn't even inspire you anymore because you do love and accept yourself. You love and accept yourself. So somebody's already gone through enough dark nights of the soul. You've stepped off. You got and stepped into the light. You've enlightened yourself. This is light high priestess energy. Yeah, you've already gone through enough. As far as family and friends are concerned, somebody being shady towards you, that needs no air whatsoever needs to be given to that. You don't want money from energies like that. None of that. You know your worth too. Yeah, you're pouring into yourself. You're getting connected to energies who are genuinely compassionate towards you, not people who are faking compassion. So if this is happening at work for some, I don't know who I'm talking to because I'm seeing this right here, money. Source is saying this is happening for you at work, and somebody's been praying for possibly like a new job or something like this. People are being shady towards you. There's a difference between somebody like, being direct towards you in the workplace and they're talking about your performance, or whatever at work, and somebody who is just being mean, just being mean. They're attacking the way that you look. They're attacking your family. They're attacking, their whole family crazy. They'll do anything for money, just mean spirited. Like, you know, yeah, they gifted and talented when it comes to music, but they this and that. They just saying all kinds of just shady mess, and somebody got to sit there and listen to that and get paid for that. Here's the magician card, creating all kinds of chaos and confusion, just being mean. Nobody deserves that. Nobody deserves that. So somebody's going back through their mind. And the reason why I'm specifically saying work, and this is what I'm picking up on, because I feel like on somebody's resume, y'all know how like this is what I'm picking up on. I feel like on somebody's resume, you know how like some jobs, or well, not some jobs, you ask for like hobbies and stuff on people's resumes. Some people like may put like the creativity that they're into, and I'm saying this music note on this. Somebody's job may have selected you because of something that you do on the side, like if you're a musician or something like that, you do something on the side, right? So let's say, for instance, you work for the government, or let's say you work for um, somebody could be an accountant, or whatever your gifts are, whatever your job is, whatever your 9 to 5 or whatever your job hours are. But then this could be it could have been a hobby for you or something like a side job or something like that as far as music is concerned, and somebody could be familiar with your family, like somebody could know family members who also connected to somehow music or whatever is concerned, and people being shady towards you. So something may have taken a minute for somebody to go back through their mind and kind of sort of remember some stuff that people may have heard about people being shady or whatever, before you finally say, somebody must have had gotten to a point of having a nervous breakdown, of constantly hearing shady comments before somebody just finally said, okay, enough is just enough. Enough is enough. Because somebody had no idea of like what people have gone through, already behind closed doors. What may have already like, ended a dream for somebody behind closed doors. So somebody has no idea. So here we have the strength card. So like I said, there's a strength card. Somebody's praying for, people's strength, and just, because meek does not mean weak at all. Doesn't mean weak at all. But yeah, somebody has no idea what somebody's already gone through. So and some people don't care for real. I mean, whoever is around some energies, obviously they don't care. They want to see somebody have a nervous breakdown. Whoever is in, it was just unfortunate. But something is happening at the root here. There's a comedian on social media, right? He's I can't remember his name right now, but he did a skit, a video, well, kind of a skit video where it's like he's doing a team meeting, but all of us, like whoever's tuned into his channel, would be like the colleagues, on a team's meeting. But he's like making some kind of an announcement where there's an employee that's not coming back for whatever reason. Not trying to trigger anybody, but for whatever reason, the employee's not coming back. And just like a lot of people have experienced, whoever's making the announcement, they can barely remember the person's name of the employee. They worked there for double digit year. They can barely remember the person's name. They just, like you barely remember anything about them. And then they just go, they say, oh, that's so sad, so and so and so forth. And they go right into the next thing in the meeting. So two of swords. So right here. So somebody's learning how to move on. Somebody's learning how to move on. Somebody's learning how, okay, you hear something disappointing. You got your ancestors around you. Somebody's learning how to move on from disappointment. You're hearing something, you could be disappointed by something, but somebody's also learning how to, let's use that for an example. Like this, and I can't think of his Instagram handle. But he has kind of a dry, sarcastic humor but his Instagram page is pretty popular because a lot of people can relate to that, like working jobs with people, almost mirror compassion. It's like, oh, that's so terrible. Well, what we going for lunch today? Like what? Yeah, so people just going back into whatever they're doing. But anyway, so source is saying to you, solar plexus chakra. Somebody's learning how to do solar plexus chakra, root chakra work, and also just all the lower chakras, root chakra, sacral, solar plexus chakra. Yeah. Some energies, they don't consider emotions. They just, whatever. So somebody is not telling a whole truth about something. That's just the bottom line. Somebody's not telling the whole truth about something. That's what it's saying. Somebody has not been completely honest about it. They're not telling the whole truth about something. So I feel like okay. This is what I'm picking up on. And this came out in Leo's reading. So somebody's sun sign or their moon sign is a Leo in this whole scenario here. And I know what reading I'm doing this for. But here's the truth about something, because this is what I'm picking up on. Because I had to ask my source, wait a minute, give me some clarity with this. Here's a Knight of Pentacles here. So this is patience, hard work, travel, land, a job offer, efficiency, responsibility. This is what's coming out in your reading. So, because we bringing this back down to Six of Pentacles, right? And then also the Knight of Pentacles. Something about your energy, Capricorn, is whoever somebody picks up on your energy very, very well. Like you all need time to process your emotions, right? Somebody picks up on your energy very well. And people have been shading somebody since they were a teenager. And see this image right here, right here. See these two energies right here sitting on this rainbow? Somebody sees when you're, and I say this in Leo's reading, that's what's coming to me right now. Somebody sees people's kids as their competition, right? Somebody sees people's kids as their competition. So whenever, if it's you, if you ever date somebody who they see your kids as competition, and or they see your kids as competition, sources saying that's going to be your cue. Something is going to come back to your memory, because the other side of the devil card would be like you're going directly to source. You're not letting your demons take over from now on, like getting confused about anything. That's what this is right here. Somebody acts like a teenager, like they haven't developed beyond their teenage years. They actually see people's kids as their competition. I'm looking at these two kids on this right here. Somebody in a relationship. So it's like if you're dating somebody and you buying your kids gifts, or you doing stuff for your kids, and you're dating somebody who hasn't gotten beyond this stage right here, this teenage 15 to 21 years old. Like they got to compete with everybody outside. They got to compete with people's relationships. They got to compete with people, like they always got to they got to, compete with what their partner looks like. They always in competition mode. They will compete with people's kids, especially if they don't have kids themselves. They will compete with people's kids. They may have kids, if whoever, I don't know if people have kids, but they will compete with people's kids, almost like. And if they have kids, it's like their kids are better than your kids. Somebody has to learn how to peep that, like right now, like get your brains together to pay attention to that right now. So if you have kids and they have kids, and somehow they're gonna always make their kids seem like their kids are better than yours. No matter what the situation is, their family is better than yours. If you have kids and they don't have kids, then your kids become their competition. So it's dangerous to leave your kids around them, because they see your kids as competition. So they always saying some slick, smart stuff. So that's why this card right here came out. They have not been completely honest about something. That's why Source is saying to you, much better lies ahead. Much better lies ahead. So you're cleaning something up at the root and deciding what kind of, this right here, Three of Wands, you're taking a leap of faith. You're cleaning up something at the root. Because for them, they always in competition mode, but it always has to be at your expense, where somebody connected to you always has to be the one to be extinguished. So it can always show them in the light favor, and you always in the dark, trying to bring out the worst in you and the best in them. So, yeah, here's the Empress card. So I'm seeing your abundance and your prosperity growing exponentially. This is powerful. But whoever this energy is, whoever they end up in a relationship with, if they have kids, you need to start praying for them right now, because that's the reason why. That's what this came to me in the cards here. That is the reason why you're gonna learn much better lives, because something is starting to come back to you of how, like, somebody saw you as a child as competition, and somebody may not have known what was going on behind, closed doors. Somebody may not have even couldn't even know, somebody making little slick comments to you, saying little hurtful things to you, about something. Who knows what they were saying to you about something. So, but whoever, if they're in a relationship with somebody, here we have Five of Cups right here. So we have Five of Cups right here. Something could have made you cry, when you were younger, could have made you feel bad, So somebody is going back in their memory right now to remember something that could have made you cry as a kid, especially if somebody's parents were dating somebody who saw you as competition. So behind somebody's other parents' back, they were saying little slick stuff to you to make you cry, make you feel sad, unloved, or feeling disappointed. Maybe they were saying something about how you look, or where you lived, or something about you to make you feel some kind of way. So yeah, you and somebody are on top of something. You and somebody are like really on top of something. Like you starting, something is starting to make sense to you now. Something is, so that's why somebody has not been completely on, and that's why you're in prayer mode, because whoever this energy is, that thing has not changed its, they like to prey on energies. Mm-mm. Whoever this energy is, it's like somebody likes to prey on. See, the polarity sign to you is Cancer, right? Cancer is the mother of the zodiac sign. So anybody they like to prey on, they wait back like a lion that will, like they wait. They don't have to do a lot of chasing. They just kind of sit back and wait. Whoever this energy is, they just sit back and wait. But they're seeing like who is who is wealthy, like who is going to benefit them, and who's like could be like a single mom or like a single dad or whatever the case may be. Like if you're a person who, like I said, your energy is attractive to everything. Like money could be, everything is attracted to your energy. And I'll be saying this if you were water sign or earth sign, everything is attracted to you. But source is saying these energies want to hurry up and rush everything because everything is a competition for them. That's why you're going to continue moving forward. So, but somebody has been burned enough times to see, you're not motivated by the same things that some people are motivated by. Some people had to learn the hard way. Like you and somebody had to learn the hard way. People are moving too fast for something, but that's why you're praying for somebody. Whoever they end up with, you're gonna start praying for them because that person they have no idea what they're getting into. None. And if they have kids, God help them for real. Because it's not they may, I mean, the lies that they would tell, like the stuff that they would do, like the hurtful stuff to say that they would say to attack a person's like mental health and try to make them cry, anything, because it's almost like a resentment that somebody had. That's what this is. So somebody is now really starting to, be concerned of like who you letting around your kids, not just if it's if you're like a single parent, mom or dad, or if you're co-parenting with somebody, it's even your own family. Because some people just think it's just like one thing, but it can even be somebody basically calling your kids unattractive, or you know they have their chin is too wide, or their cheekbones are too high, or their hair is a certain texture, or whatever. I mean, just silly stuff like like competing. Like what? Who would? So that's what I'm saying for you right here. So that's a revelation that somebody is having. So somebody is now, you're the high priest. You're the high priestess. I mean, the high priest. You're the high priest and high priestess because somebody has, in the physical sense, experienced that, like that burn right here. You've experienced that of like being burned by energies who have seen you as competition. So yeah, I feel like you are. That's why somebody can really recognize true compassion from people. People who are mirroring compassion and people who are genuinely compassionate. So if somebody is dealing with this type of energy, mm-mm. So what truth within Capricorn have they been avoiding? Yeah, I feel like what you've been avoiding is your gift. That could be what you're avoiding is your gift. Is like you're letting your demons block you from getting directly to the creator, to source, right? Right. Whatever your demons are, your demons could be money, like you want to get paid for something, um, that could be a lie about something. You just want to get paid for something. You can go directly to source for resources. Somebody want to be a part of something, and something is making somebody feel worthless and worthless and worthless, whatever it is. But while you're praying to source for you, if somebody that is in a relationship with somebody and they have kids, and somebody's backstory because you've been around them and you know how they did you in some way, I don't know what this is, or or you've seen them, you've seen that type of a spirit of how like people are slick. They make little shady comments like, oh, uh, they look like, they're making some kind of shady, hurtful comment about somebody's child, or they trying to ignore somebody's child, like leaving their child out. You know how people do little stuff like, oh, like I said, like as far as work is concerned, leaving your name off an email, that's a setup for failure. Or like constantly comparing, oh, so and so got such and such grade, how come your kids didn't get such and such grade, those kind of things, like the subtle stuff. And so source is saying to you, you're starting to remember something is starting to help you to remember, so you can start flushing out and closing out cycles. You can flush out and close out cycles. And so what will set Capricorn free emotionally, mentally, and spiritually? Something is setting somebody free, right? You're going to start getting some rest. See this mirror right here? And you're going to start doing the mirror work, because If somebody is with somebody, they are mirroring compassion. They mirroring compassion because that somebody gonna remember how somebody made you cry whenever you were kind of like feeling abandoned or unloved or disappointed by something or grieving something. You can already start doing your own mirror work. 6, 7. This energy right here. Yep. And so if they with somebody, whoever this energy is, if they're with somebody, no matter how you feel about them, because I feel like somebody was raised right. I'm talking to a man or woman Capricorn here. I don't care. I don't know who you are, but somebody was raised to pray for people. Like fight through your demons and pray for people. That's because something like in the physical sense is what you connect with. If you're familiar with those types of spirits that compete with people's kids. Like who competing with somebody's kids? 4 of Wands here. Yeah, somebody has seen, like somebody could be getting ready to get married or something like that. Somebody, I don't know if you know somebody, but do you want to pray for somebody already could have gotten married or talk about getting married or whatever the situation? That may be a talk you need to have with somebody. Like maybe I need to talk to you about something because I'm starting to go back to some memories. I'm remember and or maybe you need to watch this video because that's a lot of things that people don't consider. They so busy considering. Yeah, and they're using dark magic to do it, but accusing somebody else of using dark magic because they using tarot cards. I mean, like you watching tarot now, right? They using dark magic, another form. They using dark magic. Somebody could be enlightening you about what dark magic is, but they're actually practicing dark magic, and part of it is competing with somebody's kids and making them cry, doing stuff that makes somebody's kids cry. So by the time the parent come around and can't even figure out why the child is depressed and sad and just drained and exhausted from hearing all of this stuff, saying all of this, hurtful stuff, can't figure out for the life of them why. Here we had the 7 of Swords here. So there's two energies, like I said before. What is this here? 4, 2, 6, 7. Yeah. Two energies right here. This got way too many, too many cracks in their stories. They got way too many cracks in their stories. That is why, like I said, you can unchain yourself from certain energies and just pray for their strength because somebody who is either already married to somebody or getting married to somebody, they have no idea what they in for. None. They can't even see it. Just like somebody else couldn't see it. I don't know who I'm talking to. That you may not have been able to see it. You're This is what a lot of people have in common because a lot of people can't see that coming. Their heart, they feel like they jumping for joy. They met somebody they're familiar with, somebody that they feel like they can, they share the same faith or they say they shame the same certain, they feel inspired and motivated. They feel like they taking this major leap until this one thing is going to separate. Somebody is competing with someone's kids and they have no idea. They may find it out. They come across this video, they'll find out somebody competing with their kids. And this is the reason why their kids are sad. This is the reason why they're projecting this kind of energy onto their kids. And they're thinking that their kids are just, oh, well, that's just how they are. No, they actually, this is a part of spell work. It's a part of spell work. Somebody don't have to physically touch somebody. Listen, just looking at the cards here, this is how, like, listen, they may not like pinch or pluck your kids or like push your kids or anything like that, but the constant, you're ugly, you're not cute, you're this and that, hurting, they got to constantly hear that and take that, wear all of that going to school, or just like that constant, and then deal with, they got to carry this out. They haven't even made it to teenage years. They got to carry that spell work on them through their lives, that darkness on them through their lives, that they're not good enough, they're not worthy because of this spirit right here. So that's why you're praying. Your prayers will be answered, just like they were answered. Somebody's prayers were answered when they were a teenager. You got enough information. Maybe your prayers were answered when you was a teenager. See, people don't know why stuff happens when it happens, why. That nothing is by coincidence. Nothing is by coincidence. Two of Swords here. Yeah. So, yeah, Two of Swords here. That's why somebody was blindsided by two energies, because some energies, there was somebody had no idea what kind of relationship they were getting into, but I'm telling you, source used you. Like, I don't know who this is for, but source used you to get a physical message to somebody to say, you better get your kids from around this energy. You're about to get married to this energy, and you got, this looks like a little boy. This looks like two, I don't know if somebody has a boy or girl or two kids, whatever. Somebody was mirroring compassion, but somebody would have made you cry and maybe said something to hurt your feelings when you were younger, like try to, belittle you or try to make you feel some kind of way, maybe said something about um your emotions, or like say because you're a crybaby, or so I don't know what somebody could have said. I mean, who would say that kind of craziness to a kid? It's ridiculous. But somebody made you cry, but somebody's going back in their memories, but you're recognizing something. You're around somebody and you're saying, mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. Because this is a form of dark magic. That's a form of dark magic. Yeah, like I said, there's people who do light work who are enlightening people about what you should keep away from your kids, like nieces, nephews, cousins, little cousins, whatever. And there's people who are actually practicing that dark stuff. And I'm telling y'all, this is, you ain't trying to practice it. You're trying to enlighten people. There's a big, big difference. You're trying to enlighten people. Like, That's why somebody likes to keep people like separated from something. Somebody really wanted somebody restrained. Two people really wanted somebody restrained, but source had to put you somewhere to show cracks in a story, to share, to be right in somebody's face and say, I recognize that spirit, because yeah, I recognize that spirit. hmm That's what I'm seeing here in your card. So yeah, that's what's something to set you free emotionally, mentally, or spiritually. How can you strengthen your intuitive compass? So it's how can Capricorn strengthen their intuitive compass here? And this is again like kind of go back to your teenage years. Somebody's gonna go back to their teenage years, and like where people were kind of like shady towards you in your teenage years, like calling you names about something, saying something about you, like assuming something about you or talking about you behind your back. Um, um, Maybe questioning someone's, flexuality or something like that, because you're a divine feminine sign, right? Um, or like talking about, somebody being a dark witch or whatever. Who knows what people are saying, but something is just very teenager behavior. But you're praying for somebody. Source had to put you in the middle of something though. So that's what I have for you all. Is what I had. That's what I have for you all. But yeah, keep saying it. Keep saying it. Keep saying it. I love and accept myself. I love and accept myself. I love and accept myself. Let's go ahead and close this out. But this closes out your reading. But somebody is like I do, doing some purging, doing a lot of purging, just purging, and that just looks like taking your spiritual shower, spiritual bath, grab your salts, envision all of that going down the drain. You know, anything somebody said to you that was hurtful or painful about your physical appearance, your mental health, or whatever. Somebody, trying to, you know, somebody lied on you or whatever, or lied to you, whatever. That's how somebody's gonna get on top of something and just see saying it, sound bowls. And also listening to this is on YouTube, free information right on YouTube. Start listening to it at night or during the day. Let it playing in the background. So somebody's retraining their ear. Somebody comes from a family of, like I said, creativity of music. That's how you train your ear. Somebody is training their ear to listen to the vibration of sound. You'll know the difference between somebody who is teaching you about this and to stay away from darkness and somebody who is actually practicing it. You'll know the difference with retraining your ear. You're learning detachment. So with detachment, you finally feel whole inside with or without the fulfillment of a particular desire. Ironically, that's often when it's fulfilled. It won't even matter somebody's race, their religious beliefs, backgrounds, whatever. You're talking about enlightening people, like what to stay away from. So this is somebody's special assignment here, like yours, whoever you are, somebody's special assignment. It's like you'll just know the difference. Somebody likes to compete with people's kids. So they're not necessarily somebody may not be doing something like in the physical sense, but in a mental sense, like like saying like negative stuff to, like to hurt somebody, like make somebody's mental, like their mental like where they're carrying it on them to they like teenagers. So as teenagers they go through the peer pressure and the assumption being around people and people trying to find their identity and being significant, their solar plexus chakra. So that's another thing. And somebody already, you know, taking the heaviness of something, another spirit who was, competing with somebody even as a kid. So I feel like that's what somebody's assignment is, somebody's special assignment is. That's a generational cycle chain or curse that you're breaking. So if you have kids, you hear somebody say something about your kid. That's why some of y'all growing up may have seen your mom or dad get rid of people just like that. Soon as somebody heard or felt like somebody was, so if they didn't get rid of somebody just like that, they may not have heard or seen something, but the moment they figured it out, somebody was gone. It could have been your mom or dad, and they could have been gone. You may not have gone around certain family members. They could have been gone. You may not have gone around them because your mom or dad may have said, that's all they do is compare like a bunch of teenagers, whoever it is. So somebody's learning how to detach. The dispenser of justice is with you. Archangel Michael is with you, and this is spiritual justice for somebody. Like somebody's spirit is becoming more confident and stronger. That's what it is. You're becoming a lot more confident on your journey. But anybody that gets these spirits that competes with other people's kids, all you can say is God help them for real, because especially if they to kind of go along with the program kind of person, they're gonna have to be stronger. They're gonna have to be to cut a person off like that type of energy. Like what hold on, you said what? Oh no, you gotta go.